Hello and welcome to my garden and the dinosaurs who live there. Today I want to introduce you to some new arrivals to the garden, some new residents that are hopefully going to feature on lots of videos themselves. Okay, so let me introduce you to the new arrivals to my garden and the dinosaurs who live there. Microturnix quail. They're still very, very nervous, so I need to be careful. Let's just open up and see if we can see some. There we go. That's a little girl. I have 4 girls and a boy. Let me just see. I need to be careful here, I don't want to let them out. There's another little girl there. Hi. Okay. The boy is here, just at the feed there. He's nervous, more nervous than the girls actually. Oh, he's away. And the boy has got a sort of fawn coloured chest, but the girls have very much got speckles on their chest, so it's nice and easy to tell the difference. The girls also, and I don't know whether it's just in this case, the girls are much bigger than the boy. These girls are 10 weeks old and the boy is 11 weeks old. Alright girlies. So I don't know whether I'm going to be able to distinguish between the girls because they look quite similar, although this one here, the one that's coming up to the camera, has got quite a lot of feathers under her chin. She looks like she's got a little beard. And I'm calling her Queenie Quail. And the boy I'm calling Quentin Quail because I'll be able to tell the boy from the girls. As for the other girls, if we can distinguish another one, we're going to call her Eliza, and that is suggested by my friend Lisa, and it's Lisa that looks after my menagerie when I go away. So she's absolutely entitled to name some of them, but we'll need to work out if there's one that we can distinguish, and we'll call her Eliza, and then we'll work it from there. There's the little boy. Just come out. Can you see his chest is fawn? So that's Quentin, and Queenie has disappeared into the other part of the hutch. And you might be asking, why have I got quail? And my husband's asking me that question as well. I have been bitten by the bird bug ever since getting the chickens. And quail, oh, you see a little boy, you see him? Little Quentin. Quail, I did a lot of reading up. Oh, and some pigeons. I've done a lot of reading up, and quail seem to be, well, they're small and they don't have to get out into the garden, so that's good in that, and by get out into the garden I mean they can't free range, because they would be off and they would also be eaten by lots of things, including probably my cats. So it's something that we could make room for without having the additional worry of, you know, mixing them with the chickens and trying to work out if we can actually keep them alive outside in the garden. Obviously we have the task of keeping them alive inside their accommodation, and you know, that's always a challenge, but here's hoping. Quail on the face of it seem quite easy to keep, and they give lovely little quail eggs. The girls are already laying, although because I've got them from their breeder, they're awfully, just because of the stress of moving, but it won't be long before they start laying again, and they will all lay, all the girls anyway, will lay an egg a day. I'm hoping that I can tame them a little bit. I don't know whether they'll be tremendously tameable, but I hope that I can get them to the point where maybe they'll eat out of my hand, and I absolutely want to be able to pick them up, because you need to check them over just in case there's any ailments, and you want to be able to handle them if they're unwell or injured. So I'll be working on that, but just little at a time. And I've got a boy as well as the girls, so that hopefully I can do some breeding of quail, even if it's just to up my stocks of quail. Having great fun in there. They don't last very long, little quailies. I believe 2 years is sort of normal, maybe 3 or maybe even 4 if you're lucky. So yeah, I'd like to be able to restock. But let's not think about that yet, girls, eh? Did you just poo in your feed? Oh, how uncouth. As for what I'm keeping them in, I have this rabbit hutch, sort of souped up rabbit hutch. It's one of few in the market that has fox-proof weld mesh on the doors, and it is advertised as fox-proof, but hey, do we believe it? We'll see. So that it's 5 foot by 2 foot. So it's fine for the number of quail I have in. Actually, I could probably have a couple more. My idea is just to get used to them and see how they are, and then maybe think about adding a little run, or maybe adding a big run, or an aviary, I don't know. But yeah, I'm going to have a think. I'd quite like to get them into a more natural environment if I could do, but again, maintaining the safety aspect for them. But at the moment, I'm just getting used to them. Shut that over, just in case you're wondering what the noise is. We have some girls here. Hello girls. They are completely disinterested in the quail, as are my cats, which is great. Also, where the hutch is concerned, I've got this liner that is meant to keep the hutch cool in the summer and warm in the winter. And I've also got like a rain cover that, and this comes down to cover the wire mesh. And we've had rain today, as you can see. So to try and keep the hutch as watertight as possible and as cosy as possible, given it we're, you know, going into autumn now. Although I'm told quail are reasonably hardy, so they should be okay. They will be okay. Hello there. They're very quiet. They just make little peep noises, and even the boy. Can you hear? He stopped. It almost sounds like a frog. The little noise that he makes. So that's why I'm not too worried about noise. And you know, obviously I couldn't have a cockerel, but the male quail. Is that a cockerel? A roo? I'll need to look that up, I think it is. They're very quiet, so it's fine. There he is. The colour of these, you can get different colours. There's the male there, just nearest to us at the feeder. The colour that they are is what you would call the normal colour for their Japanese quail or Coturnix quail. I don't know whether they call it range, actually. Any quail people out there could maybe tell you, but this is your bog standard colour scheme for a quail. You can get a variety of other colour schemes that maybe I'll investigate in the future. Golden quails, tuxedo quails, white ones even. So we shall see. But you can imagine they're ground living birds, so you can imagine how the colour that you see there would be good for camouflage. So yeah, this is the new arrivals, and I'm going to be telling you more about them and their antics, hopefully, through videos on the channel. And I'll probably have a quail specific set of videos, just like I have a chicken specific set of videos. So watch this space. I hope you're enjoying meeting the new arrivals, Quentin, Queenie, and 3 as yet unidentifiable quail. Thanks for watching. If you've had quail before, you've got any comments, suggestions, please let me know. I am new to this. I have read lots, I have watched lots. I try and educate myself when I take on things like this, but obviously it doesn't beat the experience you have firsthand at keeping quail. Yeah. Hope you've enjoyed this. I'll talk to you again very, very soon. Bye bye for now.